Before you even blink, let me tell you this truth. Most people are not defeated by giants. Most people are not stopped by Satan. Most people are not blocked by their parents, their past, or their limitations. Most people are stopped by the enemies they allow to live inside their own lives. Progress doesn't die because of lack of opportunity. Progress dies because of internal sabotage. Today, I want to expose the 5 enemies of progress, the silent killers that stop greatness, postpone destiny, and bury potential alive. If you're tired of going in circles, if you're tired of dreaming big but living small, then lean in, because what I'm about to tell you may save your purpose from dying prematurely. Ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully. Every human being is born with potential, but potential is not a guarantee of success. Potential must be protected, cultivated, trained, and disciplined. Your future is not in the hands of luck. Your future is in the hands of your habits. Progress is never an accident, and failure is rarely a surprise. Both are predictable. They are the harvests of your internal environment. There are 5 silent enemies that follow you every day. 5 enemies that creep into your thinking. 5 enemies that delay your progress, contaminate your focus, and suffocate your momentum. If you don't identify them, they will destroy everything you were born to become. Enemy 1, comfort. The enemy of progress is never pain. The enemy of progress is comfort. Comfort is a thief dressed like a friend. Comfort whispers, you don't have to push today. You can do it later. Comfort convinces you to settle where you are instead of pursuing where you belong. Every time God moves a person forward, he unsettles them. Every time destiny is calling, discomfort is the transportation. That is why average people stay average. They protect comfort more than their purpose. Enemy 2, confusion of identity. Let me tell you something Myles Munroe always taught. Where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. Many people are not stuck because they are weak. They are stuck because they don't know who they are. If you don't know who you are, you will live your life reacting instead of leading. You will copy instead of create. You will compare instead of cultivate. Progress begins the day you stop living by opinion and start living by conviction. Your assignment is not to be liked. Your assignment is to be effective. Enemy 3, fear of failure. This is the assassin of dreams. Fear freezes your feet even when your future is calling. Fear convinces you that failure is fatal, when in reality, failure is the tuition you pay for greatness. Every successful person you admire, every leader you look up to, has walked through the valley of failure. But here's the difference. They didn't let fear master them. They used courage as a weapon. Progress belongs to those who move even when fear is screaming. Enemy 4, distraction. Let me tell you something dangerous. Distraction is more deadly than opposition. The devil doesn't need to destroy you if he can distract you. Some of you are not weak, just divided. Not unqualified, just unfocused. Not slow, just scattered. Your progress is not broken, it's simply unfocused. Where your focus goes, your future grows. If you want progress, you must protect your attention like a soldier protects a weapon, because focus is the currency of destiny. Enemy 5, wrong associations. The fastest way to destroy your future is to walk with the wrong people. You can't fly with eagles while nesting with vultures. You can't rise while connected to people who are committed to staying low. Your friends are prophecies of your future. Dr. Myles Munroe said, "The greatest gift God ever gave you after life is choice, especially the choice of relationships. Your associations will either accelerate you or assassinate you. Some people don't need to be corrected. They need to be disconnected. Your destiny requires you to walk away from those who do not walk toward purpose." 4 key points. Purpose determines progress. Purpose is the compass of human existence. Without a clear sense of purpose, a person wakes up every morning reacting to life instead of directing it. And when you live your life in reaction mode, progress becomes accidental, inconsistent, and easily disrupted. But the moment you understand why you were born, why you think the way you think, why your heart burns for certain dreams, everything changes. Purpose brings clarity. Clarity produces focus. and focus produces movement. You can always tell when someone discovers their purpose because they stop wasting time. They stop entertaining gossip. They stop trying to impress people who don't matter. They move differently. They speak differently. They prioritize differently. Purpose becomes the internal engine that pulls them out of bed. Even on the days when motivation is nowhere to be found, look at anyone who is truly successful, truly fulfilled, truly impactful. What they have in common is not money, talent, or opportunities. It is clarity of purpose. Because when you know your purpose, your life stops being random. Your steps become intentional. Even your pain becomes meaningful. And suddenly, the battles that used to discourage you start to strengthen you because you realize they are shaping you for the assignment you carry. That is why so many people feel stuck. They are working hard, but not working in the direction of their purpose. Like a person running on a treadmill, there is movement, but no progress. They are busy, but not effective. They have energy, but no direction. Purpose is not just about knowing what to do. Purpose is about understanding who you are and why God placed you on this earth at this exact moment in history. Every gift you have is connected to your purpose. Every weakness you fight is connected to your purpose. Every opportunity that excites you is connected to your purpose. And when purpose becomes clear, progress stops being a battle and becomes a natural overflow of alignment. Most people don't need more motivation. They need revelation of their purpose. Because when purpose becomes clear, excuses die immediately. You cannot remain ordinary once you realize you were designed for something extraordinary. Discipline is the guardian of destiny. Many people have dreams, but few have discipline. Dreams feel good, but discipline doesn't always feel good. Dreams inspire you, but discipline transforms you. Discipline is the bridge that carries you from intention to manifestation. Without discipline, your potential remains locked inside you like a treasure chest without a key. Discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. It's waking up early when your feelings tell you to sleep. It's controlling your tongue when anger wants to speak. It's doing the work nobody sees so you can live the results everybody admires. If your purpose is the map, discipline is the journey. Every champion you admire became who they are because they embraced discipline as a lifestyle, not an event. Look at athletes. Their success is not in the moment they lift the trophy. It is in the countless mornings they trained when nobody was watching. Look at entrepreneurs. Their breakthroughs didn't happen the day their company exploded. It happened in the small sacrifices behind the scenes, the decisions to keep going when every voice said quit. Discipline is not about perfection, it is about consistency. Even a slow walker will reach the destination if they keep moving. The problem is not that most people can't do it. The problem is that most people won't do it because discipline demands discomfort. But discomfort is the birthplace of growth. Your destiny is too valuable to be protected by weak habits. Your future is built by the decisions you make daily. Discipline is the proof that you take your purpose seriously. Association is one of the most underestimated laws of progress. Who you walk with determines where you arrive. You can predict a person's future simply by observing their relationships, because the people around you either water your potential or poison it. They either push you forward or pull you backward. Every destiny has a price, and part of that price is the courage to separate from people who do not align with the direction you're going. Some of you are not tired. You're just surrounded by draining people. Some of you are not confused. You're taking advice from unwise voices. Some of you are not lacking potential. You're connected to people who are allergic to growth. If you surround a lion with sheep long enough, even the lion forgets he is a king. Look at your circle. Who celebrates your discipline instead of mocking it? Who encourages your dreams instead of competing with them? Who protects your peace instead of breaking it? Who challenges you to rise instead of giving you excuses to sink? Greatness is not pursued alone, but it cannot be pursued with everyone. You must be selective. Even Jesus had 12, but only revealed his deepest purpose to 3. Because momentum requires alignment. If you walk with people who are not moving, you will eventually slow down to match their pace. And if you walk with people who are going in the wrong direction, you will arrive at the wrong destination, even if you started with the right intentions. Your associations are prophecy. Guard them. Courage is the activator of movement. You can have purpose, discipline, and the right people around you, but without courage, nothing begins. Fear is loud, but courage is louder. Fear imagines defeat, but courage imagines possibility. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is movement in spite of fear. Every breakthrough in history was born from someone who chose to move while trembling. Someone who was afraid but decided to try anyway. Someone who felt unqualified but stepped into the opportunity anyway. Courage is the ignition switch of destiny. The door of progress does not open to the strongest or the smartest. It opens to the boldest. Every time you choose courage, the universe makes room for your next level. Every time you act despite fear, you send a message to your future. I am coming. Discipline protects destiny. Discipline is the quiet architect behind every extraordinary life. It is the invisible force that shapes greatness long before the world ever sees the results. People admire success, but they rarely admire the structure that created it. The early mornings, the late nights, the sacrifices, the small, consistent decisions that seem insignificant in the moment, but become monumental over time. Discipline is not glamorous. It does not post on social media. It does not ask for applause. It does not wait for inspiration. Discipline simply does the work that destiny demands. And that is why discipline is the most reliable evidence that a person is serious about their future. Every destiny has a price, and discipline is that price. You don't get to choose your future, but you do get to choose the habits that will produce it. Your habits are more honest than your words. You can say you want to be great, but your habits reveal whether you truly desire greatness or merely admire it. Discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. It's denying your feelings so you can honor your future. It's waking up when you're tired, studying when you're distracted, working when you're discouraged, and showing up even when nobody is watching. If your dreams are the seeds, discipline is the water. Without water, even the strongest seed withers. Think of a student who dreams of becoming a doctor. The dream is beautiful, but it is discipline that decides whether the dream survives. Discipline is what makes them choose textbooks over television, practice over pleasure, focus over distraction. Every night they stay up studying while others sleep. They are feeding their destiny. While others say, it's too hard, they whisper, it's worth it. That is discipline in motion. And that discipline becomes the difference between a future doctor and a future regret. Or imagine an athlete preparing for a major competition. Nobody sees the countless hours of training, the sweat, the pain, the sacrifices, but discipline sees it. Discipline is what forces them out of bed at 5 a.m., even when their muscles ache, even when their body begs for rest. Discipline says, your destiny cannot afford excuses, and that level of commitment is what separates champions from spectators. Champions win long before the competition. The stage is merely the celebration of what discipline, built in private. Discipline is not only about physical habits, it is also about mental hygiene. It is disciplining your mind to reject doubt, silence fear, and refuse negative thinking. It is disciplining your emotions so you do not react to every insult, every disappointment, every delay. Some people ruin their progress not because they lack talent, but because they lack emotional discipline. They allow anger to speak for them, worry to guide them, insecurity to limit them. Discipline means telling your emotions, you are allowed to feel, but you are not allowed to lead. Look at any stable marriage, any successful business partnership, any strong family. Behind all of them is discipline. The discipline to communicate, to forgive, to listen, to stay committed even when feelings fluctuate. Feelings are seasonal, but discipline is eternal. Discipline protects relationships from collapsing under pressure. It protects your character when nobody is watching. It protects your integrity when temptations rise. Destiny cannot rest on unstable foundations. It needs the strength of discipline. One of the biggest lies people believe is, I'll start when I feel ready. But readiness is a myth. You don't wait for readiness. You create it through discipline. A person who waits for the perfect mood will never produce anything meaningful. You don't have to feel powerful to act powerful. You don't have to feel confident to take a step. Progress begins with discipline, not emotion. Discipline trains your body to obey even when your mind hesitates. Discipline trains your mind to focus even when your environment distracts. Discipline trains your spirit to persist even when circumstances discourage you. Think of the person trying to break a bad habit or build a new one. The first week is hard. The second week feels impossible. But discipline whispers, keep going. Future you is depending on present you. You don't become disciplined overnight. You become disciplined daily through the small choices, the small victories, the small sacrifices. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you break a piece of your old self and build a piece of your new self. That is how transformation happens little by little, consistently, deliberately. Discipline also teaches you how to handle success. Many people lose what they gain because they do not have the discipline to maintain it. They pray for blessings their habits cannot carry. They want promotion without preparation. But discipline expands your capacity. It strengthens your shoulders so you can hold the weight of the opportunities coming your way. When you are disciplined, success does not overwhelm you, it fits you. Daily life is full of moments that test your discipline. The snooze button tests it. Your cravings test it. Your distractions test it. Your laziness tests it. Your circle of friends tests it. Every day gives you two choices: the easy road that leads to regret, or the disciplined road that leads to reward. You must choose your path with the same seriousness you choose your future, because both paths are connected. Discipline is not punishment, it is protection. Protection for your time, your mind, your purpose, your destiny. A disciplined life is a guarded life. A disciplined life is a focused life. A disciplined life is a powerful life. Without discipline, potential remains potential, and destiny remains a dream waiting for someone strong enough to build it. Association determines acceleration. Association is one of the greatest predictors of destiny, yet it is the most underestimated. People often pray for progress, for clarity, for breakthroughs, not realizing that the very thing stopping them is sitting right beside them, eating with them, laughing with them, speaking into their ears daily. Your future is not only shaped by your decisions, it is shaped by your associations. Who you walk with decides where you arrive. Who you listen to decides what you become. And who you allow into your inner circle decides how far you will go. If you place a healthy plant in a toxic garden, it will eventually wither. Not because the plant is weak, but because the environment is wrong. In the same way, many people with great potential are suffocating in the wrong company. Their dreams are alive, but their circle is dead. Their ambition is strong, but their environment is weak. Their mind is ready for growth, but their relationships are pulling them backward. You can always tell where someone is going by looking at the people they choose to keep around them. If your circle is full of complainers, you will eventually become one. If your circle is full of dreamers, you will start to dream bigger. If your circle is full of disciplined individuals, excellence becomes normal. Association is a silent teacher. It molds you without your permission. Think about a person who wants to lose weight or become fit. If their closest friends constantly invite them to unhealthy habits, late night junk food, skipping workouts, ignoring discipline, they will struggle. It doesn't matter how strong their willpower is. The energy around them weakens their commitment. But if they surround themselves with people who value health, people who wake up early to run, people who encourage consistent habits, their goals suddenly feel achievable. Their environment empowers their progress. This simple example proves a powerful truth. Progress is easier when you walk with people who are moving in the same direction. Many destinies have been delayed because of one wrong friendship. Many talents have been buried because of one wrong influence. Many opportunities have been missed because the people around you did not believe in what you carried. Some people do not need to sabotage you directly. They sabotage you through their mindset. They make you think smaller. They make you settle. They make you second-guess your potential. They don't have to wound you to weaken you. Their lack of vision is enough. When someone doesn't see their own future, they will never support yours. When someone is comfortable living without purpose, they will make you feel strange for living with one. Look at a student who dreams of studying abroad, achieving excellent grades, becoming something great. But their friends mock them for studying, tease them for trying, and pressure them to waste time. They slowly start lowering their standards. They stop aiming high to fit into the group. Their destiny shrinks to match their environment. But then imagine that same student finding a new circle, students who love learning, who set goals, who study hard, who encourage ambition. Suddenly their confidence grows, their vision expands, their performance increases. Nothing changed internally, the environment changed. The right association doesn't just push you forward. It awakens something inside you that you forgot you had. This is why the most successful people are extremely selective with their inner circle. They understand that relationships are investments, not decorations. You don't keep people around because of history, you keep them because of alignment. Some relationships are like elevators. They take you up or they take you down, but they never leave you where they found you. You must learn to evaluate the people around you with honesty. Ask yourself, do they feed my faith or feed my fear? Do they push me forward or pull me back? Do they challenge me to grow or comfort me into staying the same? Do they celebrate my progress or feel threatened by it? Sometimes the hardest part of growth is not learning something new. It's leaving something old. Old friendships, old behaviors, old environments that no longer align with your future. Growth requires separation. Not because you are better than others, but because your purpose requires a different level of discipline and vision. Even a rocket must detach from what cannot travel to its next level. Every time a rocket goes higher, it releases weight. Likewise, as you rise, you will outgrow some people, some conversations, some atmospheres. If you refuse to let go, you are choosing them over your destiny. Association also works positively in remarkable ways. When you walk with visionaries, you start dreaming again. When you walk with motivated people, you stop making excuses. When you walk with disciplined individuals, laziness starts to feel uncomfortable. When you walk with believers, your faith becomes stronger. When you walk with wise people, your decisions become sharper. You absorb the mindset of the people around you, often without noticing it. That is why you must intentionally choose people who represent the version of yourself you want to become. Picture a young entrepreneur with big dreams, but no guidance. They join a group of business-minded individuals who encourage ideas, share knowledge, challenge weaknesses, and celebrate progress. In that environment, their confidence grows. Their ideas sharpen. Their vision expands. What seemed impossible alone becomes achievable together. The right association becomes a catalyst, turning fear into courage, confusion into clarity, hesitation into action. Your associations are either building your destiny or breaking it. If you walk with people who have no hunger for progress, they will slowly starve your own hunger for greatness. If you walk with people who settle for mediocrity, you will start tolerating average. But when you walk with people who refuse to settle, who are constantly evolving, who speak life into your future, you will rise without even trying because greatness becomes the atmosphere you breathe. Association determines acceleration. You become like the people who surround you, so choose wisely. Courage activates movement. Courage is the force that separates the people who dream from the people who do. It is the invisible fire that pushes a person to step forward when everything inside them is screaming to step back. Courage is not loud, but it is powerful. It is not always dramatic, but it is always decisive. Many people think courage means fearlessness. No, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the mastery of fear. Courage is when your knees tremble, Your heart races, your mind imagines every possible failure, yet you move anyway. Because something inside you whispers, if I don't move now, my destiny will slip through my fingers. Every significant transformation in life begins with a moment of courage, a moment where you choose action over excuses, purpose over comfort, progress over safety. Courage is what activates the movement that your destiny has been waiting for. You can have plans, goals, dreams, strategies, and ideas, but without courage, everything remains trapped in imagination. Courage is the ignition that turns intention into reality. Think about a person standing at the edge of a diving board for the first time. The water looks deep, their legs feel weak, their mind is full of, what if I fall wrong? What if I can't swim? What if it hurts? But the moment they jump, they realize something powerful. It wasn't the water that held them back, it was the fear. And once that first leap is made, every leap after becomes easier. Life works the same way. The first step is always the hardest, not because it is heavy, but because it is unfamiliar. Courage makes the unfamiliar possible. Look at a young graduate trying to start a business. They have a great idea, passion, and a clear purpose, but everything inside them fears failure. What will people say if it doesn't work? What if they lose money? What if they embarrass themselves? Courage doesn't remove those questions. Courage chooses to move despite them. They send that first email, pitch that first client, rent that small office. And with every brave step, life begins to respond. Opportunities they never imagined appear. People they never expected to meet start showing up. Why? Because courage activates movement, and movement activates momentum. Or imagine a woman stuck in a toxic job environment for years. She hates Mondays, dreads mornings, and feels her soul shrinking every day. Deep inside, she knows she is meant for more, but fear holds her hostage. Fear of losing stability, fear of disappointing others, fear of the unknown. One day she gathers her courage and says, I choose my peace, I choose growth. She resigns. The world doesn't collapse like her fears predicted. Instead, new doors open. A better job, a healthier environment, the beginning of a new chapter. Her courage was the key that unlocked a future she didn't know she could have. Courage is not a personality trait, it is a decision. Every day, life tests your courage in different ways. The courage to speak the truth when silence feels safer. The courage to walk away from people who dim your light. The courage to apologize, to forgive, to stand for yourself, to stand for your values. The courage to try again after failing. The courage to start even when you don't feel ready. The courage to dream bigger than your surroundings. The courage to believe in yourself even when no one else does. Courage is the difference between someone who stays stuck and someone who evolves. Most people are not trapped by lack of talent. They are trapped by lack of courage. They wait for confidence to appear before taking action, not realizing that confidence is the child of courage. Confidence is built only after you move. You don't get confidence first, you get courage first. Courage is the seed, confidence is the harvest. Think about a person learning to ride a bicycle. They wobble, they fall, they bruise. They cry, but they get back up. Why? Because courage whispers, try again. And every time they try, their balance improves, their control grows, and their confidence rises. That is life. Courage keeps you getting up. Courage keeps you trying. Courage keeps you moving when your past wants to paralyze you. Courage also rewrites your identity. The moment you act courageously, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your fear. And once you've proven that to yourself, fear loses power. You stop seeing yourself as weak. You stop seeing yourself as limited. You step into a larger version of who you are meant to be. Courage expands you. Even in small daily decisions, courage plays a role. The courage to set boundaries. The courage to say no without guilt. The courage to choose discipline over distraction. The courage to admit when you don't know something. The courage to ask for help. The courage to believe that your voice matters. These small acts of courage shape your character and shape your future. Look at history. Every great leader, every innovator, every world changer had one thing in common: courage. Moses standing before Pharaoh, David standing before Goliath, Mandela standing for freedom, Malala speaking for education, Elon Musk launching rockets to Mars. None of them were fearless. All of them were courageous. They felt fear, but they didn't let fear make their decisions. Your life will only rise to the level of your courage. If you avoid fear, you avoid growth. If you avoid discomfort, you avoid transformation. Courage is what pushes you into the version of yourself you were always meant to become. Courage is what makes you walk into your destiny, even when the path is dark and uncertain. Courage is what turns your potential into progress, your dreams into results, your intentions into reality. Courage activates movement, and movement activates your future. Progress is not mysterious. Progress is not luck. Progress is the result of conquering the enemies within. If you defeat comfort, you will rise. If you defeat confusion of identity, you will walk boldly. If you defeat fear, you will start. If you defeat distraction, you will focus. If you defeat wrong associations, you will accelerate. And when you overcome these 5 enemies, nothing on earth will be able to stop the future God placed inside you. Your progress is waiting. Your destiny is calling. But it cannot happen until you confront the enemies hiding inside your everyday life. This is your moment. This is your turning point. Today, choose progress, and the future you've been dreaming of will finally begin.